We're also going to repeat our gospel lesson this week because some of these scriptures are just so vital to our faith. We repeated the Beatitudes week after week after week because they're important to us. They were important to Jesus, and what is in them needs to touch who we are. And so we should spend our time learning those scriptures like the Beatitudes, just like we learned Psalm 23. And this story about the talents is very important too, and it's foundational for our Christian lives. And it's important to know that when Jesus spoke this to the disciples and to the rest of those people who were living, it was about money. And that's all it was about. It was about money and using that money, which is God's money, and serving God with that money. And that's why when all those stewardship financial people get moving, they say, Jesus talked about money all the time. Because we look at this and we think we're talking about spiritual gifts, but Jesus was really talking about finances. Now, it turned out in the Middle Ages that people were reading this and saying talents are gifts. Change in languages, change in understanding of languages and the different meanings of words. Talent in Jewish time when Jesus was alive was a piece of money. And now, in medieval times, it was a gift. So when we talk about spiritual gifts, it applies to both. It's a both and. It doesn't have to be either or. It's about the money, but it's also about our talents and gifts. So I invite you to hear the story of talents one more time, for it is vital to our Christian ministry. For it is this if man, going on a journey, summoned his slaves and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. And then he went away. And the one who had received the 5 talents went off at once and traded with them and made 5 more talents. In the same way, the one who had 2 talents made 2 more talents. But the one who had received the 1 talent went off and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those slaves came and settled accounts with them. And then the one who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 more talents, saying, Master, you handed over to me 5 talents, see, and I have made 5 more talents. And his master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. And the one who had 2 talents also came forward, saying, Master, you handed over to me 2 talents, and see, I have made 2 more talents. His master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things, and I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. And then the one who had received the 1 talent also came forward, saying, Master, I knew that you were a harsh man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you did not scatter seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talents in the ground. And here you have what is yours. But his master replied, You wicked and lazy slave. You knew, did you, that I reap where I did not sow and gather where I did not scatter? Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and on my return I would have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him, and give it to the one with the 10 talents. For to all those who have, more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who have nothing, even what they have will be taken away. As for the worthless slave, throw him into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. Amen. You may be seated. So last week we had a picture of the church up here that I drew. And then we had it up there 2 weeks in a row. And the second week I made it into a puzzle. You can see the outline of the puzzle. And today you should have received a puzzle piece as you arrived. Did everybody get a puzzle piece? Very good. You are a piece of the Zion puzzle. And in a couple of weeks here, we're going to put the puzzle back together. So please, please, please hold on to your puzzle, please, and don't lose it, because it will look very sad if our puzzle has lots of holes in it because we lost our puzzle pieces. So, but I have some instructions for our puzzle piece today. So I would like you to write your name on it, because there are lots of puzzle pieces, and if you leave it in the pew, you may not recognize it as yours. So, put your name on it.
You want on the back?
On the back. Please. Put it on the blank side there. There should be one white side and one colored side. So put it on the back side. Write your name on it. And then, this spiritual gift thing is a serious stuff. It's part of what we vow when we do our membership vows. We did those in the gym last week. It's important stuff. So, we want to pray about it. And we don't want to just take any old job at the church because it's any old job, because we have to fill stuff. Every spot in the job in the church, whether it's on the official roster that goes to charge conference, or whether it's the 10, 20 of us who work on the food pantry, which is an important ministry, but it's not on the charge conference roster, it's important. So we want to pray about it, because if it's important, we got to take it to God and ask God about it. So I want you to think real fast. Okay, when's a time when I can spend a minute, maybe 2 minutes, asking God this week, what's my spiritual gift? You know, every day at breakfast, or every day at noon, or just before I go to bed, when I say my good night prayers, I was thank you God for mom, thank you God for dad, and please God show me my spiritual gifts. So it's a pretty simple prayer, but I want you to pray that. So think about what time that would be, and write that down underneath your name. What time am I going to pray about what my spiritual gifts are? So, and then we have, can I have your insert for a second? Thank you, Bonnie. Now you have your insert today, which on one side says your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with your gift is your gift to God. And it has some websites there. I would like everybody to go online. These are 4 simple, there's like 20 more. These are the ones I looked at and said, oh, this is a good one. You can try one of these, and it asks you all sorts of questions, and you just have to go bam, 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 bam. Don't think about it, because if you think about it, you're going to make a mess. So go to one of these and go through. It takes 5 to 15 minutes, depending on which one you do. And it will spit back out at you your top three spiritual gifts are, and this is what it means to be an apostle, right? So I encourage you to do that. But on the back today are the ones we're going to cover. So you'll probably want to take notes. Thank you, Bonnie. We're going to go through those, and I just want you to look right now at that list. Now, that's only 1/3 of them that we call official spiritual biblical gifts. Look at those and think, somebody once upon a time told me I had an apostle's heart. But once upon a time, somebody told me I was a great teacher. Or maybe you've taken a spiritual gifts inventory 10 years ago, and you remember your top 3. But so you can just consider this a refresher course if you remember from whenever you last did a spiritual gifts inventory what they are. You can just, or if you're looking down the list of those 8, you go, ooh, that's me. Write that down. This is not the be all and end all. Don't write it in any, because it may not be your spiritual gift. But if you have this, ooh, that just might be a sign from God that that's your spiritual gift. So now we've got our name, and we have time each day where we're going to say, dear God, show me what my spiritual gifts are. And then we might have a possible gift here. And we can pray about that specific one. Why did I go, ooh? So, that's where we are so far. So there's several things on here. Okay, so each teacher and book provide, there's, again, 20 different kinds of spiritual gift books and book studies and all sorts of things out there. I happened to take the definitions today from this book. I've been reading like 3 or 4 of them over the last few weeks preparing for the sermon. Patricia Brown is a United Methodist pastor, and who is especially into art these days. And she wrote a book called Spirit Gifts. So, again, I don't think we have any in the library, not our church library. But again, there's there's multiple books out there, and they're very helpful if you happen to have one on your shelf. You can pull it out and look through it and see if it helps you. So each one of those authors always has a different way of looking at it. You know, these kind of, they list the spiritual gifts like this, or in order, or alphabetically, or whatever. Patricia did it by gifts of word, gifts of, but today we're doing gifts of word. We'll learn about the other two in the next series. So these are the gifts of words. Those are the ones you see on your insert there that I just held up on your screen. So the first one is apostles. When you think of apostle, what do you think of? You hear that word and go, oh, I know what that is. Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, and all those kind of guys, right? Those disciples that gathered around Jesus, we think of those as apostles. And so what does an apostle do then? Shares the word. Exactly right. That's what they did. They learned for 3 years. And in the middle of that learning, they had on-the-spot training. Jesus said, go forth, and then come back and tell me about it. So, yeah, this is kind of what apostles do. And we have to look at these things and ask ourselves, what is it? And read what other people tell us about it. Because sometimes we have this old, skewed idea in our head, and we haven't modernized it. And sometimes an apostle is a title. The Apostle Paul, the Apostle Matthew, the Apostle. But it's also, it's a job description. So we have to look at it both ways. And some of these gifts have a secular side, and some have a sacred side, some are both, and some are not. So there's a whole different levels, and that's why we're going into so much detail about what our spiritual gifts are. So we think of Peter, John, Matthew, those kind of guys when we think of apostles. And Greek and Latin, the apostle means one who is sent or messenger, so we're right on target. This is one who is sent, or one who is a messenger. And we also think of it as a missionary. We might title it, somebody who's a missionary is an apostle. They have the gift of apostleship. So they teach the gospel, they might start new congregations, train and enable leaders. So it could be someone, when I was in El Salvador, one of the people who worked with Bishop Juan de Dios was a United Methodist missionary, layperson who taught English as a second language to the children of El Salvador. And she was at the school, and she's the one who ran that program. And it was wonderful to see her, and you can support her, and and through our United Methodist missionaries. So that's one kind. She's teaching English, but obviously, as a Christian in a Christian school, she is also being an apostle. When I was overseas, I met George. George was a United Methodist Army chaplain, and he went to Germany and fell in love with a beautiful woman. And he retired from the military as a chaplain, but he continued as a minister through the United Methodist Church in Global Board of Ministries. And he is now in charge. His wife is a pastor, and she has 2 churches in Germany. And he runs English churches in a city there. The name is not coming to me right now, but he has several English churches that he serves at on Sunday for people who live there. Obviously, global economy, global world. Lots of English-speaking people live in big cities in Germany. But he also, for the General Board of Global Ministries, he runs the military chaplain retreat every year. So he's the one who gathers all the military United Methodist military chaplains in Europe and gets them together, and he makes all the arrangements with the retreat center and the food and the speaker and all that kind of stuff. And so he is an American serving in Germany, and he has a multicultural ministry between the United States United Methodist military chaplains that he serves, the people in Germany, in the city where he lives, where he serves them. Many of them come from all over the world, and they worship at his English service. But then when he serves the Board of Global Ministries, he's also serving. When we were had retreat there with the chaplains, we had people, ministers from Poland, from Italy, from Hungary, and also from ministry. And he is being, through all of those 3 jobs that he has, an apostle. So that's one. And hopefully as we tell stories about these people, you can say, oh, I've got that. I know what that is. Because sometimes the words don't make sense. So the second gift that we're going to look at today is prophecy. This is another spiritual gift that has to do with word. Now, how would you describe a prophet?
Person who will speak about the future given to him through the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Or her.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we have a Deborah as an example. Yep. So, yes, somebody who will speak of the future is given to them of a word from God in the Spirit. They're not usually well-liked people, are they? Yeah, I was just listening to Jeremiah. I'm doing the book, read through the Bible with the bishop, and we're just doing Jeremiah this week. And poor Jeremiah, he has a hard life. You would not want this dude. But they are persons who receive and communicate a message from God. Something's been given to their inner spirit. And if you're going to prove a prophet is a prophet, you can't just go on the 100-year prophecies, because we could all make 100-year prophecies, and no one would be around to know if they came true or not, right? Unless they're one of those who writes great books and everybody revisits you, like Nostradamus or something. But you have to have things that you say now that you proved right, and then you have to have things that you can do the longer term, mid-term, and all those kind of things. Lisa, you have our scripture. Would you read our scripture? We have scripture from Acts 11, 27 through 28 that just talks a little bit about a prophet.
I looked at this in 3 different Bibles, and this one I decided to make more sense.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Speak loudly so everybody can hear.
During this time, some prophets came down from Jerusalem to Antioch. One of them, named Agabus, stood up and through the Spirit predicted that a severe famine would spread over the entire Roman world. This happened during the reign of Claudius.
So this particular prophet is in the new, in Acts, which is the new church that built up right after Jesus' resurrection. A lot of the gifts, spiritual gifts you'll see, we find them in Acts. And he predicted that there would be a famine. But these prophets are persons who are good listeners to the voice of the divine. And they speak the will of God to certain persons, to a certain place, and to a certain time. And they may not even know that they're saying anything profound or prophetic, but it turns out in time that they are. Now, if we think about our world in the last 50 years, who are we going to say is the prophet? Especially this week with all our racial relations in Charlottesville. Martin Luther King Jr. Muhammad Gandhi. These are the prophets. They don't have to be Christian ones, do they? Martin Luther King Jr. was. Gandhi was not. But we know he spoke out on freedom, nonviolence, civil rights in a thoughtful, intelligent, and provocative manner. And in that, he exhibited the gift of prophecy. So we're not, all prophets are that high up on the scale. We have, you have to have one in your church, no matter what. They're here. They may just be able to do really good listening and really good sewing things together to help us see a new way to go forward, or something in our spirits that's not good and it's destroying our church and that needs to be changed. So those are the kind of things that prophets do. Next one is evangelism. Okay? And you want to jump in there and describe an evangelist for us? Don't whisper, people. It's good news. Share it loudly. I know I have a microphone, so it helps. But reaching out to others. Promoting the church. Yep. We have a tendency to not like this one either. Like prophets is like, I don't want to be that one. Evangelists, we don't want to be that one either. Just that TV and media make them really, be healed kind of people. And so we think, But it is an honest and true gift that every church needs, and it is a good thing. And and we shouldn't malign it or, use it or give poor examples of it. But an evangelist is someone who enables a person to reach beyond their usual sphere of influence to share God's love and share God's gospel. Bill, you have the scripture for us. This is from Acts 8. From Acts 8, 4 through 8.
But the believers who had fled Jerusalem went everywhere preaching the good news about Jesus. Philip, for instance, went to the city of Samaria and told the people there about Christ. Crowds listened intently to what he had to say because of the miracles he performed. Many evil spirits were cast out, screaming as they left their victims, and many who were paralyzed or lame were healed. So there was much joy in that city.
So here we have Philip, and we have other stories about Philip, but we certainly know that that was one of his gifts. If we're thinking of our Bible, who's another one that comes to mind quickly with gifts of evangelism?
Looking at something, it says all four of the writers of the Gospels were considered evangelists.
That's right, all four of the Gospels writers, because when they wrote that word and it was shared with the churches, so you don't have to be somebody who gets up and speaks in front of everybody. It's not everybody. It could be somebody who just writes really well and then someone else reads it. But someone else said Paul. So here are some of our great evangelists who got the church started, and here we are today because of what they did. So scripture. Now in our congregation, who has our gift of evangelism? Chris? I think it's Carolyn. Yes, we all do have little bits of each of these, and some of us, we have 2 or 3 gifts. But if I think of Zion and I think of evangelism, I think of Carolyn. She has led the way in so many ways to spread, and that's what she wants to do. I want to plant seeds for Jesus in the world, and I don't care if they come here. I love it if they come here, but I just want them to know Jesus. And that is the heart of an evangelist. So, when we see people like that, we can get to picture, okay, this is what an evangelist is. And we all may have, a smaller version of that. We may all have a bigger version of that. But that's kind of when I picture evangelism, that's right. So, pastoring is one of the gifts. So, you have all been church people for a very long time. So, you know what pastors are all about. They counsel and encourage followers. They mentor others on a discipleship journey. They study and teach scripture. They call folks to accountable discipleship. They intercede when someone wanders away from holy living. They pray for others, and they care deeply for all in their care. And I think of the very first pastor I remember, I know there was one before this in the congregational church, but the first, I was 5 when we moved to Bantam, so that's when we started going to the United Methodist Church. And I remember Reverend Cole very well. He was my pastor for many years. And he's the beginnings of what is a pastor and what does it mean to be a pastor. And the second pastor I only had 2 before I left for college, was Reverend Janice C. And she had many, many gifts, but different than Reverend Cole. And it was a blessing to have had both of them in my lives and the guidance. So that's another gift that the scriptures speak of. And then we have the gift of teaching, which, is a secular gift and it's a sacred gift. And so we have many teachers, many school folks here who have taught for a long time in their lives, and they do it well. So we know what teachers are. They have an ability to bring new believers to maturity in their faith. So not only do they have to hear the word and they come in the door, but then someone has to teach them and help them grow in their Christian faith so that they don't just stay a babe, but grow to maturity. So they live God's will through personal study and teaching others, and they help people to understand and apply those learnings. Some of this Bible stuff is pretty deep, and it's, these funky words like talents used to be money. We didn't know that, And then we teach disciples how to live a Christian life. So who in our church would we call our example of a teacher? Joyce and Maxine. Maxine has been teaching, she's told me stories of when she was in Arlington and teaching third graders and then teenagers, and she's been here teaching adults. And Joyce has helped me the first year when I was doing first year, second year, when you were doing the elementary kids, and she is a teacher in the schools, but she also teaches, she has a gift to teach about grief. So you can have special topics that you teach, whether it's young people, old people, in between people, or something, especially for something like grief. So we have many wonderful teachers here, and thank God, because none of us, we'd all be babes in Christ if we didn't have our teachers to help us grow. Arlene and Sue, Christine teaches the Fridays, and Margaret teaches the Mondays. So we are gifted with quite a few great teachers who help us learn the gospel so that we can apply it to our lives. It's awesome. So then the sixth, we have the gift of encouragement. This will be our last gift for today that we talk about. And here when we have the 3 C's. If you're taking notes, it's always good to remember things in little tools. 3 C's. Comfort, consolation, and counsel. That's what encouragement is. Comfort, consolation, and counsel. They are people who care for others in ways that empower them to be helped and to be healed. And they may do this in multiple ways, in person, in phone calls, and letters, and visits. And we have a great care team, meal team here. We have a great card team, and those are means of encouragement, as I have heard. And Arlene, you have our 1 Thessalonians scripture there.
For you know that we dealt with each of you as a father deals with his own children, encouraging, comforting, and urging you to live lives worthy of God, who calls you into his kingdom and glory.
Thank you. And thank you all our many gifted people who shared a scripture today. I think that the most recent experience of encouragement, I get encouragement from many of you, but when I was on the 5-day Academy of Spiritual Formation, one of the other people on the leadership team was Kathy, and she did all this stuff, behind the scenes work. She made the signs, she made the cards to go to people's rooms, all this nitnoy little things. But every one of those nitnoy little things was an encouragement. When people came into their room for their first day of retreat, they found this beautiful card, and inside all of us had signed it. And they thought, these people have been praying for me since I signed up to come. And she put flowers in the leaders' rooms. And that was an encouragement to them. But she also encouraged those of us on the team. After you've been on the team for a whole week, you're like, even though it's good spiritual stuff, and you're all, whoo, the spiritual high. And she would go through the leadership team, especially when we gathered together each night to say, how are things going? She would just say a word of encouragement to each of us. And it was so wonderful to have that little thing at the end of the day that said, oh, I really appreciated the way you did, or this, or that. Or I'm hearing good things from people about this. And it was such a gift to all of us to have that little encouraging word to help us go one more day and get out there and do the next day of the retreat. So those people, and we just love those people so much because it just, down day, somebody comes out with that encouraging word, and you're like, oh, you've been touched by the Holy Spirit. And so that's wonderful. So we're just going to do these like in little increments. And I published in the email this week when we're going to do the classes. We'll have a Tuesday night class that'll meet twice, and we'll have a Friday class that can meet once if we do it long term, twice if you want to do it like in 2 spots, so that you can study a little bit more and read a little bit more, and maybe talk about maybe with your gifts or whatever. If you need a little bit more study into the spiritual gifts thing, please sign up for one of those classes. I've given you you can start with those 4 or one of those 4 to do your spiritual gifts online. If you don't do webs and computers and whatnot, I have a printed copy. This one is from Lifeway website, I guess. And it has different, you can go through and you have to number it, and you have to add up the numbers. You can use a calculator, it's okay. Don't have the numbers scare you away. And then in the last page, as you tally everything up, it'll say, oh, your spiritual gifts are. So these are up front if you want to. So let's pause for a word of prayer. Gracious and almighty God, thank you for being our God. And thank you for being the creator. And you who have created the worlds and the heavens and the trees and the flowers and the whales, you've also created time. And we give you thanks for that. That's wonderful, Lord. That you have brought all these different pieces together and created a whole with each and every person here. And we thank you, Lord, that that picture is great and that each of us serves one another, but each of us serves those in this community as we gather our gifts together and lift them up to you for your praise and for your glory. Lord, the world has troubled us greatly this week between nuclear war talks and Charlottesville racism things and car accidents in town. People we love who died, and it's been a rough week, God. It would go up and down and up and down, and we just sometimes the only prayer we know that we have on our lips is, oh dear God, oh dear God. And that's a prayer too. Even if there are no other words to that prayer, you know what we mean by oh dear God. And for a God to have that knowledge of who we are is awesome. Thank you, God, that you know the number of hairs on our heads. Thank you that you have given us these wonderful bodies and that just in the time we have talked here, millions of billions of cells have died and gone and new ones are being created. And we don't have to do a thing, it just happens, God. That's amazing. We thank you, oh God, for this summer, for the things we've been able to do and accomplish and just be on the beach. That's a great way to restore and meditate restore our lives, our spiritual lives. And we thank you for those friends and family and all who come in and out of our summers and bring joy and friendship. And we thank you for the way, oh Lord, that you have been in each of us, our lives, healing us with good doctors and good prayers and good care of our bodies. Lord, this is your world and we leave it in your care, but help us to know when it is our place to be the hands and feet, to be the prophet, to be the apostle, to be the teacher, to be the evangelist, to be the encourager. And God, who hears and knows all, hear our prayers now that we lift up to you.
Prayers for my parents and also for the family of my neighbor, Maxie Shelton, who just passed away.
Victor Browning.
Our grandchildren, Michael and Meg Garland, passing over grandfather, Meg Garland.
Maxim familiar, for my countries I am. We reach after some days of tears in my eyes, sit down in my quiet moments, it just reminds me to a scripture with this Matthew 9:13, which says, go and learn what this means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice, for I have come not to call righteous, but sinners to repent. Lord, may Lord have mercy upon us in Zion.
The family of Jack Turcott, who passed this morning.
Mom Stewart, Joyce's Ian,
Comfort for Grace Beacon. Prayers for Dave.
For Eleanor May and her family, born 3 months early and 2 months without absence. She's got it in her hand, she's progressing well.
Continuing prayers for Karen. Safety for Mitchell.
For Mark Seitz and his wife Providence, they begin a long journey of treatment for rare spinal cancer.
For our country.
These are the prayers of our hearts, and we offer them up to your throne as we pray that prayer that Jesus taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, kingdom, and forever and ever. Amen. That's not bad. God's got it. God knows what it is.